What if you could trade the biggest US markets with less money than your morning coffee? Sounds crazy, but there's a reason smart beginners are starting here instead of stocks.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that sounds almost impossible. How you can trade in the biggest, most powerful markets in the world with, basically pocket change. Let's jump right in and see how it's done. So let's just ask the question straight up. Can you really start trading with less money than you'd spend on a movie ticket? We're talking maybe $2 or about 150 rupees. I mean, it sounds a little crazy, right?
Well, the answer is a huge yes. And we're not talking about some tiny niche market either. We're talking about the biggest stage on the planet, the US futures market. This is where you can trade on what you think major assets will be worth in the future. And you know what? It's the perfect way to learn how trading works without having to risk a ton of money.
Okay, so why even bother looking outside your own local market? Why go global? Well, it turns out there are some massive advantages, especially for someone just getting their feet wet. We've boiled it down to 6 key reasons. Let's get into them. So here's the game plan. We're going to cover access to the biggest names out there, how to use those wild price swings to your advantage, and why having tons of buyers and sellers is so important. Then, of course, that super low starting cost, the safety of strict US rules, and how all this puts you right in the middle of the AI revolution. First things first, access. I mean, think about the companies that literally shape our world. Apple, Google, Nvidia, Tesla. You can't trade them on local exchanges like in India. And the scale difference is just massive. Of the top 10 biggest companies in the world, 8 are in the US. India doesn't even have 1 in the top 10. So if you want to trade the titans, you've got to go where they are. All right, let's talk about a word that usually scares people, volatility. But here's a secret. For traders, big price swings aren't a problem. They're the whole point. Volatility is opportunity. If a stock can move a lot, it means there's potential for real gains. And this is where the US market is just in a league of its own, especially when companies announce their earnings.
Watch the full video on my channel. This is just the beginning.